Hey YouTube, this is Pinky Toe 68. Yeah. So anyways, I tried posting a video before and it made a lot of sense and it was really deep and everything, but it was too long and I didn't know how to fix it, so basically I'm screwed. Now you're getting this, 6th grade. So anyways, my last video was based on my aunt dying and then how she wasn't dead because they brought her back because they, did the paddles on her and, she was alive. So, and my ideas and how I felt about that and how I kept thinking about how am I going to, tell people, without crying, and also just like tell people, you can't just be like, hey, my aunt's dead, cool. You can't do that. You have to kind of say, oh, my aunt died, you have to be kind of solemn and everything. And most people go, I'm so sorry, or my condolences. And I'm thinking, these are words you don't use in, normal life. These are book words. You don't say them. You shouldn't say them. You should be like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Do you need a hug? That sounds better than I'm so sorry. It seems just too fake. I don't know if that's fake or just people don't know how to react to death. And then I was thinking about that. People don't really know how to react to death, which brings me to my next topic. My aunt actually did die. She finally passed on. There's a word that people use. And I don't know, I was about to cry, but I didn't. I just kind of stopped and went to work. And for 2 days I went to work and I didn't think about it. And my parents were like, well, the funeral's this day. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, well, I have to work that day. And I said, well, you still have to go to the funeral. And I said, no problem, And then I slept through her funeral. I slept through her funeral. And my parents got back and they said, oh, it was a nice, it was a nice service and everything. And I said, what do you mean, what was a nice service? And they're like, oh, well, you were asleep and we tried waking you up, but it didn't work, So it was a nice service. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I went to work and I got back from work and, everyone was still kind of sad, but I was just normal, like nothing had happened. And then today I was going to work again and I saw, I don't know what to call her, like my aunt's daughter. I don't know what that, like my cousin, because she was my great aunt. I don't know, whatever. So I saw like my other cousin aunt, and I was kind of not that close to her, but when I see her and I saw her, the sadness, and I just like, it hit me. I just started crying, I couldn't hold it back. I started bawling like a little baby. And then she said something to me that sounded kind of weird, like, you and your mom have to have, a really long talk. And I'm thinking, does she think this is my first death or something? Is she kind of peeved at me for not going to the funeral? What's going on? And I started freaking out, so I didn't know what to do. And it's so weird how death kind of sneaks up on you, It just kind of happens, and happens every single day. And it seems like once one person dies, it's like a big domino effect. It's like everybody dies. It's like dead, 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 dead. And I'm like, okay, what is up with this? And you're trying to grieve for one person, and then your next person dies, next person dies, next person dies, and you're going, whoa, just slow down, you just take a break. Can you die like next week or something? Which sounds really insensitive, but like I have to get time to get over it. And then I was thinking about how people react differently to death, and I was talking to my friends saying like I can't cry and everything, and then finally I cried, and I was saying that people make up all these words to not talk about death or dying or dead or anything. They say passed away, kick the bucket, in heaven, has passed, pushing up daisies, taking a dirt nap, all these things. Because when you actually, deal with death, when you actually talk about it, it forces you to face mortality, but not just mortality, your own mortality, You have to think about it. You go like, holy crap, I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Sorry. And I think we should think about that, not just when someone dies. I think we should think about it, once in a while. You're making toast, you go like, huh, I'm gonna die someday. That kind of thing. It just seems logical, because instead of it sneaking up on you or being a big shock and everything, at least to be able to accept it and understand it, well, to a certain extent, and, you know, just feel comfortable with it, be able to grieve, and just understand. Anyways, that was enough for my rambling. Hi! Nice way to introduce myself. Woo! I'm the dead girl! Anyways, watch Dead Like Me. It's good for you. Okay, bye.